Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to our weekly stock market analysis. This is the overall analysis on S&P 500, QQQ, Bitcoin, as well as the Mag 7s. We're looking over at their support and resistance levels. And this week, what's the most likely scenario if we're going to get some consolidation coming soon, and as well as looking over at sentiment data, dark pool data, and economic data. So before we get into the technical charts, let's head over to the data real quick. And if you guys want to just skip over the data, you can feel free to do so as well and just get into the charts. But let's go over sector data first. So this week, more of a flat week, right? You can see a lot of these sectors in S&P 500 was red, but energy kind of carried it a little bit. Energy is currently weighted as the third largest sector currently because of how much it has gone up. So it's helping S&P 500 staying flat, right? Tech wasn't much down either. So if tech is not down, SPY is very likely not down as well. You have the healthcare sector helping as well. This is not what the bulls want to see, though. Ideally, bulls like to see the energy sector gain rotation out and essentially get more rotation back into the financial sector and healthcare sector. Right? It has been going pretty much sideways / down for XLF and XLV. So when we do see XLK getting pulled back, which we got on Friday, we want to see financials and healthcare get more rotation as a bull and get energy sector rotation out of that. But for now, we didn't see that on this week. All right, so if you're NVDA still sitting at 63, so no edge here. We only start getting edges when it starts to go the extreme both ways. And then AS sentiment data. Talked about it, saying this last week, right? On the 6th, we're still at the 30% for bulls, which is just historical average, which is crazy, right? We've been going up for like 4 or 5 weeks, and people are still, being in the historical averages. That being said, right, it's not that great of a great place to get in now, right? But there are still some sectors that are still undervalued, just like software, and potentially may get rotation. We'll be looking over that just in a bit. But overall, you can see even people are starting to get more bearish again. So this just shows me we're more likely getting more of a sideways action than one of those then more of like essentially like a blow off top action, right? If a blow off top action would look more like this, right? And then kind of give back a ton of it. So far, it's showing more of like a potentially, if we get some weekly consolidation coming soon, it's more potentially more of like a sideways action, consolidation through time versus consolidation through like a tank, right? Things just drop like a rock, like back here or something, right? So it's currently what I am seeing at the moment. And let's take a look at dark pools. So a lot of dark pools are coming in for the semiconductors companies, and that would drag the SMH down, which is the semiconductor sector. And you can see AMD all the way up here. You can see number 2 largest print 378, and this below here was very obvious. Now that's accumulation, right? You can see the number 1 largest print was coming in here, 10.6, and very likely they are taking profits up here, right? Which is pretty logical to do, if you ask me. After a significant move like this, see all coming in pretty much all of last 2 weeks, right? 3, 2, 1, 7, 8, and we did get some pullback on the semiconductor sector, XOXX on Friday, but we need to see more downside for these semis. So if you see these individual names start to get all these dark pool coming in and it's starting to trade below it, that will likely drag the semiconductor sector out. But it's due for some healthy consolidation, right? Like I said, when we do see the most the strongest sectors, the semis and tech, getting a few rotations out, you want to see it rotate into different sectors. For example, like RGV here, software, right? So there is dark pools all the way down here, 19873, all the way down here, and now it's trading above it. It's broken out about this whole cluster. So that is showing signs of rotation starting to come into software. We've been talking about this for like 2-3 weeks. We're looking over at a little bit of on Microsoft as well after this. So, which is a good sign. So this is what the bulls want to see. When money gets rotated out of different sectors, you want to see it rotating to different sectors. So that means money is still staying in the market at the moment. There is no outright fear as of yet. given this moment, right? Today, even on Friday, right, you saw the semis down. Microsoft was up, IGV was up, and Apple was up too. So you can still see that slight rotation between even the Mag 7s themselves. So it wasn't an outright fear day, if you ask me, on Friday. And as well as Intel right here was getting a whole bunch of dark pool coming in as well, 2896. So keep on watch on more of a pullback on the semis now. After these names had their run, right? It's pretty monstrous run, if you ask me, on these semi names for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So a little bit pullback is healthy for the sector. And we have the largest earnings coming up for Nvidia, for the semiconductor whole sector itself, on Wednesday after hours, right? Everybody's going to be watching this, and it's probably going to dictate the direction of the market as well, right? If the report is good, beats earning and expectations, rises guidance, right? Market will probably go will hold this level, right? Essentially more of like a sideways, right? The semiconductor sector might just hold itself, right? Hold back and it kind of goes more like a sideways versus if it disappoints, right? Who knows how much it's going to drop. So we'll see how it comes in on Wednesday. Everybody watching this. And accounting data, we have the M40 minutes. This is not the meeting. It's just the minutes from the last meetings. The report and PMI and some initial jobless claims. Not much of a week for economic data. All right, let's get into the charts. So start with the S&P 500 first. My trend line here is kind of like connected to this point, but from all the way back here, reject, reject, reject. So if we actually move this slightly up towards these 2 points instead of this one, it actually perfectly aligns with this high at this current dot. So let's just keep that, right? Reject, reject here instead of this one, and then now it's perfectly rejecting from that one. These trend lines are more for visual guides. I don't trip off of these trend lines, just more for visual guides when there is nothing resistant above us, especially all-time highs. We just use those for visual guides. All right, so S&P 500, the sound for me here is we have been making higher lows and higher highs every single day, right? Higher lows here, set, higher highs, higher lows, another set, higher low again, another higher low. So Tuesday's low essentially is the last higher low for me. So if that cracks here, then bears have enough space to potentially form like a more of a daily downtrend here. I don't see us going too low. We do have structures here already formed, right? This is more of a 2 week sideways structure here. So there is a little bit of support around this level. So if we do come down, the first level I'll be looking for is this little structure, around 720. And if we break that, then I'm looking more for 713 level to 710. So this level holds support. Let's take a look. So first level will be at 2.6%, and then the next level will be at 3.6. So yeah, that'll be some healthy consolidation. It'll be more like a 5% pullback from the highs, right, all the way down to here, and probably gonna go sideways from there for a little bit, unless something breaks in the market or something we haven't seen coming. But this is what I'm kind of expecting, more of a sideways action here before it decides to go which way that it wants to go. All right, let's take a look at the Qs. So you can see Qs are still outperforming SPY because the semi names weights more in the Qs, right? So which has been going straight up for the semis, and you can see that consolidation level on SPY, which is like around here, was completely sideways. The Qs don't really have it as much. So if we didn't have to pull back all the way to there, it's a lot more significant, about 7 to 8%. Which could also happen, right? For the big names. The Mag 7 starts to drop a little bit, and the semi pulled backs at the same time. 78% is not that unheard of, in especially the Qs. Right? SPY drops 5%. Semis, the Qs are definitely going to drop around 7 to 8%. But for me, this is a level that needs to first break for bears to have even any kind of significant downside. They need to break this Tuesday's low. Right? If it continues just to make higher lows and higher highs, it's just straight up daily uptrend bouncing off of EMAs, Right? There's no real way to fight it. But this is the first time it went to a new high, and we kind of came lower, right? We call this a higher high. Nope, not much follow through. Right, broke the new highs, and it came back right away. Versus every time we broke the new highs, we got a ton of follow through, right? Breaking new highs, follow through. Breaking new highs, follow through. Breaking new highs, first time no follow through. So that's just a tiny bit of sign that things are slowing down a little bit, right? Similar idea here. Broke the new highs, came back, right? Doesn't mean it's the game over yet. It would start to, you want to see this pivot break as a bear, just as a bare minimum to negate that uptrend into a neutral trend, right? We can break this 696, then we're back to a neutral trend. Then bears have a little bit more room for it slightly downside, to, even if they get any follow through, right? Sometimes you see these breaks, bear break, and they get zero follow through, and they come back. So keep on watch on that. Obviously, Nvidia's earning report is gonna really dictate the direction of the Qs. So yeah, watch on Wednesday. All right, so Bitcoin. So still underperforming, right? You can see on this way up, even though it was nice uptrend, market is green every single day, right? So, and I can see some market starts pulling back even just slightly. Bitcoin is already pulling back much more than the market. So that's called relative weakness compared to the Qs overall. But we didn't even test the low of this structure over here around this 85. We just came to 82, which is just a little wick here. I wouldn't even call this resistance, right? You can't really call this a resistance. So that's not that great of a sign. Ideally, we came back. We should came to test this 85 low, at least hit off of it and come back. But that being said, it's a healthy weekly consolidation, right? So for now, we measure from the bottom to the top. As long as we don't go below 75, with 76, this level here, it's a weekly bull flag, right? Weekly move, and this is a weekly consolidation starting. So if we can stay above this yellow box, it's a weekly bull flag. That means it's just healthy consolidation. If it starts to go below the 50% mark, that's gonna mean bears have a ton of space now to create weekly downtrends back to their favor, which they already started did, right? They did a mini daily downtrend here, a daily downtrend starting the weekly consolidation, which makes sense. And as long as we hold above 76, then things are okay. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. So hit our 450 resistance pretty much. Right, you can see resistance, 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 resistance. So very clear resistance. And market was right. Friday was a red day, and we're down 5%. So slight relative weakness compared to the market, but it's a higher beta name, so it's always going to move both ways, much higher than the market. So, but overall, still healthy. No sense of red flags. What would be more of a red flag as we start coming down here, and then once we hit this this prior resistance right around this 400, 406 to 400 mark, and it doesn't stop, and then you kind of just like go through it. That would be the red flag. For bulls, you want to see prior resistance and get support. So when we come down to this 406 to 400 level, you want to see buyers stepping up and then form another higher low. Right, this is the first higher low. We talked about this back test of this resistance. Now made a higher high, so uptrend confirmed. So you want to make another higher low here once we back test this resistance. You don't want to just sit. You don't want to just flush through prior resistance and not act as support and go through it. That'll be the red flag you'll be looking for. All right, let's look at Meta. So I was talking about saying my idea was more of a sideways now for Meta, which is more just trading this range. And we actually made a new low of earnings low here. Didn't get much follow through, so it's a good sign for Meta. Might get a little bit of rotation back to Meta potentially. So right, you can see semis. So market has been going out every single day while this went sideways here. And market starting being a little bit weaker on Friday, but Meta held itself up, right? 0.68. So maybe you'll get some rotations from it. But no signs of that yet, right? We need to at least break out of this range for any kind of moves here. But if we start getting rotation back to Meta, then first step is just try to fill this gap, right? But for bears, not that much because we made lower lows here twice, no follow through, right? You can see this last Wednesday we made a lower low, lower than earnings low, no follow through. Tuesday we made a lower low again, no follow through. So I don't really see much downside on the bear side here. So potentially the other Mech 7s like Google, Apple, and Amazon might be slowing down and get some rotation back to Meta, Microsoft, potentially these names. So keep on watch on that. See if we get rotation to these names. And if we do get rotation back to those names, right, guess what? Market's not going to tank. It's probably going to more of a sideways action, what I talked about earlier, more of a healthy pullback, kind of like a sideways action, right? Which would also kind of coincides with these charts, right? If Amazon pulls back here, it comes back all the way to 246 and to around this 240 to 47 zone, and this structure starts to act as prior resistance, now becoming support, right? And then we just kind of bounce like this and go sideways, which would reflect the structure of the market. If all these names decide to go like that, right? So that would also be a healthy pullback, right? Another 5-ish%, which was also be a bull flag, right? Exactly where weekly move, one weekly move, weekly consolidation, perfect weekly bull flag at prior resistance. Now probably we're gonna act as support at this level. So that's just a healthy pullback for me. We do see that coming into Amazon, and when Amazon does pull back and Google pulls back, right, are we getting rotation into Microsoft, right? So Microsoft was up 3% on a red day for the market, right? And everything was getting sold off and software was going up. So that's showing me some rotation here. Not a nice upper wick, but it kind of makes sense as the market sold off as well. So, but it is showing me some rotation. All right, so Google here. Not much to talk about for Google, right? Literally trading all-time highs. Been seeing this strongest name ever off the Mech 7s, and it's continuing to do that. So no sense of reflex. Just want to break this pivot on Tuesday if bears are going to do anything to make this lower low come back into below this 388, but no signs of that. Apple, not much to talk about this either, right? We talked about this tiny range for many months together, right? And then it finally broke out. It's getting follow through. So into all-time highs. Hit that 300 mark that we talked about last week being psychological resistance. And now it'll probably get a little bit of pullback too as well. And Nvidia. So Nvidia, was really no technical chart can beat its earnings on Wednesday. So we'll have to see which way it goes after its earnings. But it's at all-time highs, right? There's really no resistance up here. What you want to see is a back test of this, come back to 213, and then bounce off of it as a bull, right? Prior resistance, you want to see active support. That's pretty much the only thing to look for. And I wouldn't really be a bear, especially against the semiconductors, the strongest sector overall. But yeah, market is showing signs of rotation still, so no signs of red flags as of now. I'll keep a watch on Microsoft and Meta, see if we get more rotations. And if it continues to get more rotation between even the Mech 7s are getting a rotation between each other, right? Then market is not going to outright tank. But so feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for more commodities update. Have a great rest of you guys this weekend and take care.